Yep. Forgot my towel. Yes, this is a little awkward, and I am officially drip drying. Yeah, so don't you love waking up in the morning and you get to the gym, you have a decent workout? And for me, that feels pretty good because I haven't had a string of decent workouts for a long time. Trying to get my back healthy enough so I can lose weight, feel better. You get to the gym, you work out. I shot some hoops today. Oh man, I saw people around the track staring at me thinking, oh my goodness, is that like a former NBA legend down there? And then I attempted a bear crawl. Let's just say it was more of like a bear like drag himself through the woods after he's been damaged. But then I hop in the pool, do some laps. Hey, this is actually like a great spot to do a pause in the action of what's happening because I guess I forgot to mention, like, this is my first vlog ever. I've blogged for years. And I've thought about vlogging, but I've been too chicken, to be honest with you. And then a couple months ago, my son, Bobby, introduces me to an incredible vlogger by the name of Casey Neistat. And I thought, what the heck? Why not give it a shot? And then I'm at this retreat a couple weekends ago in New York, and all these kids were like, you should vlog, you should vlog. Hey, listen, I've got 44 subscribers on YouTube, so I'm sort of a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm really big. Like my mom and my aunt and my wife. Yeah, it was awesome. I have a suspicion there's more to this story.
I've got a question for you.
Yes, you have a question.
Right. When did you start?
Well, technically, like, my first post will be Monday. So, like, I'm kind of...
And already have 44 subscribers.
Well, hey, there you go.
That is...
There you go. All right, hey, all right, yeah.
I've been for just under a year, and I'm...
Just under a year.
Not even at 1,000.
Yeah, dude, but almost 1,000. What grade are you in?
Yo, can I come in this?
10th grade. Dude, that's amazing.
That.
Yeah.
Check out Joel at Nyack. I have all my food reviews on there.
Oh, food reviews.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Hey, and Joel actually grew up in Mount Pleasant.
Mount
so this
Pleasant
is awesome.
in the house, yo, the ham, baby.
Right here.
Boom.
That's where we're from.
Yeah.
Bam.
Make sure to subscribe to
Bam.
JD Armory on YouTube.
JD Armory, you got to check it out. I'm gonna tell my family about you because they're so sweet. What's your name? And I'm like, well, if teenagers think I should vlog, then I should vlog. So welcome to my first vlog ever. Okay, truth be told, I woke up this morning and had waves of anxiety. Waves of anxiety. Have you ever felt waves of anxiety? Not just like, oh man, what should I wear today? But waves of anxiety. Have you ever felt like that? Where you're like, oh crap, like the ceiling is falling, the floor is gone, and there's just these waves pushing you and pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. And you are telling yourself it's not that big of a deal, but the waves are just coming, the waves are just coming, the waves are just coming, the waves are just coming. And then you get out of bed and you start to get a plan for the day, and you realize you're kind of already behind, and you're trying to figure out, okay, I got these waves of anxiety, I'm already behind, like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? I don't even know what to do. And I don't know what your waves are. We all have different waves of anxiety. Whether it's finances, it's bills, it's savings, it's providing for your family, whether it's waves of emotional stuff. Maybe you're at odds with someone. Maybe you're just feeling uneasy about how you live your life. Maybe you know there's changes that you need to be making, but you're just worried about making them. I don't know what the waves are for you. I know my waves this morning dealt with a couple areas. One, it's just a big week. Like, it's a big, crazy week. I've got a lot to do. And this Sunday at Thrive Church, the church that I pastor, is a really seriously important Sunday. It's Vision Sunday. Like, I get to cast a vision for this next year. And I don't take that lightly. Like, that's a big deal. And then Saturday, I'm presenting a workshop, which is going to be a blast. I mean, the workshop is 27 ways to change the world through social media. Like, come on. Like, that's I love that. Like, it's just an honor. Like, that's just going to be a blast. Oh, wait a minute. I just noticed, like, how much gray is in my beard. That's crazy. Anyways, so that's part of my waves of anxiety. You know, on top of that, it's a new year for Thrive, the church I lead, and so, you know, we've got a budget that we're trying to, like, with God's help, hit. We've got things to plan and things to do, and then at home, you know, we've just got a million things going on. So it's just waves of anxiety. And then I woke up this morning and it was like, oh my goodness, like, how do you deal? How do you go through it? And the crazy thing is, like, if you follow Jesus, okay, there's a beautiful passage in Philippians 4, verse 6. It says, don't be anxious about nothing. Don't be anxious about anything. There's a beautiful passage. So if you read Scripture, if you're a Jesus follower, and you read that passage of Scripture, do not be anxious about anything, about nothing. Like, that starts to set into your mind, but then these waves are just coming. And the waves are just coming. So how do you deal with the waves of anxiety when they hit? How do you deal with them? Okay, so I'm driving, and these waves of anxiety hit, and then something crazy happens. My 13-year-old son texts me, and yes, I looked at it when I was driving. I shouldn't have, but I looked at it, and I'm glad I did, and the text just said, Dad, I was asked to be in the junior high all-star band. And it was amazing. Like, that burst of joy, like, started to calm one of the waves. And then all of a sudden, God just, like, brought to my mind Philippians 4:6. And I'll read it to you. Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And then it says, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts. The peace of God. Like, that's just amazing to me, the peace of God. And so I started thinking about, okay, just a few verses earlier than that, in verse 4, it says rejoice. Like, and then he says rejoice again, rejoice always. And so I started thinking about that. Okay, I'm going to rejoice. And so I spent some time in my drive just rejoicing this morning. And it was amazing. The waves of anxiety started to lower. And then I thought about that. Don't be anxious. And so I thought, okay, that's what I'm thinking about. Let me think about something else. And so I started to, like, just thank God for everything that He's done in my life. And then the waves started to lower. And then Philippians says pray. Pray. Like, pray and just give it to God. And so I started to pray. And then it says, like, do that, like, being thankful. So I started being thankful. And the cool thing is, like, Scripture says when you walk yourself through that, when the waves of anxiety are coming, you rejoice, you don't be anxious, you pray, you do it with thanksgiving, you do it with thankfulness. The peace of God comes to you. The peace of God. The peace of God. Peace of God. I wrote this on my whiteboard. Maybe it'll make sense. So again, I don't know where you're at. I don't know if this was helpful at all. But what I do know is, every single day, whether you follow Jesus or you don't, you're probably going to deal with anxiety at some point. You're going to deal with anxiousness. You're going to deal with worry. You're going to deal with stress. And what I'm finding is, at 42 years old, I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with it. But if I just keep going back to Philippians 4:4, rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always. Philippians 4:6, do not be anxious over anything. But go to God in prayer. Go to God in prayer. Like, be thankful about it. It's amazing what happens when joy and prayer and the right thinking and thankfulness kind of attack the waves of anxiety. And it just lowers the waves. And it just brings a calm. And it really does bring a peace. So hopefully that was helpful to you. Hopefully that was helpful to you. Can't do it again.
Target, target. Excuse me.